Hello and welcome to the Quever channel. I am Jason, your host. I hope you're all having a wonderful day, or at least a day, and things are not too overwhelming. My brain has entered that stage of thing where it starts viewing these decisions by the Labour government in an analytical way, and the more I look at it, the worse it looks for the economy. My brain can disassociate. It can look at things from an analytical point of view. I don't like that side of my brain when it does this. It's not a fun thing. When I see a disaster, when I see an earthquake, when I see a thingy, my brain doesn't get horrified at what's going on though. My brain goes, that's interesting. And I don't like that. But we're looking at this from a layman's fiscal and economical thing. And it doesn't make sense. It really doesn't make sense. Nothing about it makes sense. This is the whole point. This is going to put so much pressure. It is going to destroy the economy. Why is that? Well, you're going to remove all these people from their disability support. And what do I mean by that? Well, you're gatekeeping, you're shifting all of what used to be different types of disability support, different types of benefits. You're shifting nearly all of the stuff that looks after long-term care behind this gateway, the gateway of the PIP, those new categories, those new point system that are going to lock out massive amounts of people who are disabled. And that's going to, on the first level, that's going to mean that less money is spent in the local economy. Why do I say that? Because every single disabled person out there, as you know, from your own experiences, that they don't have a nest egg. They don't hoard money. They don't have shares. They don't put their money into some offshore account. The government gives them this money and it gets spent almost to a penny straight away for support services, for extra food, for heating, for items, for aids to help with the disabled person. That money goes straight back into the UK economy, not a different country's economy. And a lot of that goes into local support to areas like carers, people that will come out to your house, food delivery, even basic food delivery and stuff like that. It all comes from this, and this is a massive boost. This is from what the actual, and these figures are on the lower end. For every £1 that the government gives to a disabled person, generates £1.80 of actual economical growth, economical use, services, everything being used. So it has a knock-on effect. And then let's think about the carers, whose carers allowance is also being shifted behind this, which means that all of those people who look after disabled people that had to make the choice of having their job or getting carers allowance. So remember, carers allowance, you have to do at least 35 hours of work looking after someone. You get a pittance, but at least you get something. 35 hours of work, that's almost a full-time job. And we all do more than, if you're caring for someone who's got disabled, you do a damn lot more than 35 hours. When I was looking after Paola for 20 years, I had no respite. I was working from 6 a.m. to midnight. I had to do everything. So I know what that's like. You're removing all of them. So what do they think? Do they think that magically all of these disabled people will magically enter the workforce? and the carers will magically go back to work, and this will bring all the children back out of poverty. Does not make sense. Once again, does not make sense. This doesn't happen in reality. So let's theory craft it. Let's say hypothetically that everything's perfect in its perfect world, and every single one of those people goes straight back into work. And so, yeah, no, I can't even think of it because it's not going to happen. No, it's not going to happen. It would be a fantasy of the epic. You would have to avoid so many things to even talk about it. So those people who are carers are either going to have a choice of staying at home, looking after the person who they're looking after, and slowly see their quality of life reduced to zero, which is going to cause stress, anxiety, panic. It's going to make every fucking single problem, especially the mental health problems, the very ones that have been removed from the PIP system, so much worse. More strain on the NHS, an NHS that is being defunded and removed, and even the mental health side is going to have less money. So none of as we work through this, it's just like none of it actually makes any fiscal economical sense, because the strain on public services, there's going to be more police calls, there's going to be more issues, there's going to be more damage to society. And this is just taking a look at the first few steps once you remove the carers and the people from the PIP. And then you remember all those people who support the local economy and how they're going to go away. I've got a friend, not close. She's someone who I chat with. I've known her for quite a while. We chat a few times here and there on Facebook. And after watching one of my videos, she said that she's probably going to lose her business, because she does this thing where she does pedicures, cures, and hair at home for people. Her main business is going out to people and providing this service that makes them feel better, gives them a nice makeup. She started out doing it, from what I understand, for weddings. You know, you got your big day, you have the pedicures and the hair person come out and that. So she used to go around in her van and do all that. But what she found is that was okay for now and then, but with cost of living, people didn't do that as much. It was a knock-on effect. But 90%, that's what she says, 90% of her business comes from disabled people. She goes out and does these things and makes them feel better and that. She doesn't charge a lot. But she knows that once these new rules come in, these people won't be able to afford. And that means her business, her service that she provides for disabled people, will be gone. How does this make sense? It doesn't. If you look at the economy, it's going to cause it to crash. It's going to cause a recession. You're removing an entire section of the local economy and services and support. And supposedly you're going to provide loads of stuff and support to get these people into work. Have you seen how much it costs to actually bring a place to the proper levels for a disabled person to work there? What person, from a completely pragmatic thing, running a business, is going to hire one disabled person when they can probably hire two able-bodied people, and those able-bodied people won't take as many times off. They won't need extra space. They can do the job just as well. I know it's not right. I know it's not politically correct, but what business is going to do that without massive amounts of infrastructure and support, which the government isn't going to be able to give? Like I say, it does not freaking make sense. None of it. From a fiscal point of view, the more you look into it, the more my brain looks at it. It's like they're going to nosedive the economy. They are actually literally going to nosedive the economy. This is a situation that is going to become a disaster. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm missing something. Please tell me in the comments. Let me know if I've done something that's completely out of there and I'm getting the sums wrong. But from my point of view, looking at the figures and seeing how it's going to affect the local economy and everybody else, Rachel Reeves is just killing the economy with doing this, even on not thinking about human beings, just on that. This is Jason for the Quibber channel.